Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Science and Computer Technology, STECOM University in Semarang, Indonesia, for the webinar international event, The Power of Entrepreneurial Mindset. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Novita and I will be hosting you for today's event. Now, let's please welcome our special guest for today. Welcome to the Honorable Andri Pastiple as a candidate Economy Science, Associate Professor, Department Management, Faculty Economy Science from Petro Mohyla Blexy National University from the Ukraine. To the Honorable Kostiani Zatko as a Doctor Science Economy Professor, Academian of Academy Economy Science, Head Department Entrepreneurship and Economy Enterprise from University of Custom and Finance Ukraine. To the Honorable Associate Professor Hanima Miranda as a Lecturer Department of Human Resource and Management and Labor Relations, Faculty Management Commerce and Law from University of Venda, South Africa. Dr. Adam Sukri bin Ali Program Coordinator for Information System from University Polytech Malaysia. To the Honorable Aftuho Solihatur Rahmania MM as the Head of Management Department, Faculty of Academic Study from STECOM University, Indonesia. And last but not least, also to the Honorable guest and audience today. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes here. Today's session is being live streamed on Universitas Tecom YouTube channel. And for today event, we will start with Indonesian national anthems and continue with the opening speech by Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso as a rector of Tecom University, represented by Dr. Unang Adlison as a Dean of Faculty Department from Tecom University in Indonesia. And the next session, we will start with the main event presentation by our special guest for today and continue with the Q&A session and take a picture documentation and last time for closing. Further for the square of this morning agenda, we will sing our national anthems. For the Miss Febri, you can start this session today. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First, now we will invite to the stage the most responsible person for the conduction of this Skill International event, Dr. Unang Adlison. Yeah, for Dr. Unang, the time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Novita. Good morning to everyone. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to have a couple of words at the beginning of the webinar. Let me introduce myself. My name Dr. Una Hlizon. I am as vocational dean representing Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso as our rector for a few words, because in today's session, our rector cannot join in this session because of some of his activities. First, I want to express my gratitude to the international office from Petro Mohila Black Sea National University, Ukraine, University of Custom and Finance, Ukraine, University of Venda, South Africa, University Polytech Malaysia, and Stockholm University, Indonesia, for organizing such as network of such events, which are very useful for students from many countries. And for the partnership, we are good partners with our university today. And then I would like to express my gratitude to all university employees who are involved in arranging this series of webinar with participants of experts from different countries. This initiative fairly inspires specialists and motivates them to share their experiences more ever. Such practice of arranging this kind of event are crucial part of the international of higher education in today's topic, the power of an interpersonal mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope through this webinar international event, we can get more information about the power of an entrepreneurial mindset. And finally, I wish you enjoy the program today, and for participants to get new knowledge in the session today. Thank you and enjoy this moment. Thank you very much. Time back to Ms. Novita. Thank you.
Thank you so much for Dr. Unang Adlisun. Okay. And we will go to the main event for today, audience. If you have any question from the speaker, please add them in the chat, and we'll be to answer some of the during the Q&A session after our presentation. Each presenter today we have about 30 minutes presentation. We will welcome our first presenter, Miss Aftuha Solihatur Rahmania. Yeah, for Miss Aftuha, the time is yours. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Aftuha Solihatur Rahmania as lecturer of Stekom University. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you the Chancellor of the Stekom University, Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso, all the great speaker of today, and of course all the audience of today webinar. I'm very happy to be able to present material about the power of entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, now I want to start my presentation. Title my presentation is Why is an entrepreneurial mindset important? Before we get anything further is an important disclaimer. What is a mindset? By definition, a mindset is cognitive belief system. But what do that mean and why it's important? Having an entrepreneurial mindset can help you success not only business but in life in general. Having an entrepreneur mindset is about taking ownership, being creative, being action oriented, and have resilience. These are all values that will help you reach your goals and become more successful. Developing your mindset is therefore partial. It's a key not only in terms of becoming a better leader and entrepreneur, but also in terms of being a better version of yourself. What is an entrepreneurial mindset? An entrepreneurial mindset is a specific way of thinking and dealing with change and obstacling. It is a way of overcoming this challenge by being more decisive. Having an entrepreneurial mindset is all about curiosity, overcoming difficulty, taking initiative, seeing opportunity, and learning from mistakes. People with an entrepreneurial mindset are not flawless, but they always attempt to see the opportunity rather than the limitation when dealing with challenge. Some people just have an entrepreneurial mindset by nature, but don't be desperate if you do not have that. You can change and develop your mindset. No mindset is fixed forever, but its requirement skill, training, and determination to develop your mindset. The ability to see opportunity for improvement. A typical trait of having an entrepreneurial mindset is having the ability to see opportunity for improvement in terms of doing something better or in different manner. A person with an entrepreneurial mindset will typically question everything and constantly be searching for smart and better way of doing things. However, having an entrepreneurial mindset is also characteristic by knowing what it takes to success. That resilience and drive are typical traits of the person with an entrepreneurial mindset as well. And next, unless your full potential. Developing an entrepreneurial mindset is not something that happens overnight. It requires persistence, continuity, and not less training and education. How you can benefit from an entrepreneurial mindset? The ability to learn from failure, think creatively, and identify opportunity can foster success in all parts of your life, even if you never plan to start your own business. Just as important, the entrepreneurial mindset can make you more adaptable to the rapid change in today's jobs market. And changing your mindset, number one, this might involve changing your habits or developing the self-awareness to catch yourself when you fall back into your old mindset. For example, if you want to be more innovative, make time each day for creative exercise and reading. Or if you want to be more resilient, reform your mindset to view each mistake as a chance to learn. Another key part of the entrepreneurial mindset is to never stop learning. So try taking entrepreneurship class to further boost your entrepreneurial thinking. Three traits of entrepreneurial mindset. Number one, solution oriented. Number two, adaptable. Number three, entity for chill. Okay, entrepreneurial mindset, 5 characteristics to cultivate. So what are the all important characteristics aspiring or new entrepreneurs should cultivate? What attribute then to tip the scale in favor of heading a booming business? Number one, a positive mental attitude. Number two, a creative mindset. Number three, persuasive communication ability. Number four, intrinsic motivation. Number five, tenacity and ability to learn from failure. Okay, number one, a positive mental attitude. A positive mental attitude and outlook is a must for successful entrepreneur. The mindset of the head of the company sets the tone for the rest of the company and influence corporate culture. Being positive is something which, like a life skill, can be learned. Become an entrepreneur is not for the faint-hearted. The long hours and erratic demands of heading up or your own company can negatively impact both your personal life and mental outlook. One of the easiest way to cultivate a positive attitude is to focus on the thing you can control. You can control your idea, amount and sleep and ability to assess each of the factor will help you stay focused, healthy and positive. Number two, a creative mindset. The mind of entrepreneur is while looking for novel idea and innovation. The basic life cycle of any entrepreneurial product system, from the conception of an idea forward by turning that idea into a viable product or service. Most entrepreneurs are inherently creative thinkers. Otherwise, they would not be inspired to take the innovative leap to create their own business. That said, we can learn to be more creative and tap into our inherent talents. Number three, intrinsic motivation. One of the top entrepreneurial characteristic is intrinsic motivation, meaning you are self-motivated as opposed to looking to others to force you to do things or how to be accountable. Number four, necessity and ability to learn from failure. The key to learning from failure is to actually learn and embrace your mistakes so they make you better, not break you. How can you cultivate tenacity and grow for failure in business? Don't be ashamed of your setback. Use tough time to learn from adversity. Share your experience with others. That be afraid to change course and research. Never give up. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for the Miss Aftuko for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. Yeah, and then we will go to the second speaker, Mr. Andriy Vasliev, as a candidate Economy Science Associate Professor, Department Management from Ukraine. Yeah, for Dr. Andriy, the time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you see my demonstration?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Thanks again. I'm very honored to be here, and it's very important that we can discuss our ideas between many continents today. Thank you for STECOM University and for other members of this Zoom. And this is my presentation about the power of entrepreneurial mindset. 2 words about my background. I have represented myself yesterday more detailed, but in short, I'm associate professor of management and finance in our university in Mykolaiv, Ukraine, and I'm teaching for about 20 years. And as well, I am founder of a Brailleite company, which is a medtech company making digital solutions for rehabilitation and inclusive education. So I have academic background and I have a business background as well. That's why I will present my opinion about this topic, the power of entrepreneurial mindset. What is mindset in short? Many definitions. So in short, it is a set of beliefs and interpretations of the way that we see the world. This first one. Method of thinking about and solving the problems. Second one. And a mental attitude. Types of mindsets. I see 2 types of mindsets. One is managerial thinking or managerial mindset, and second one, entrepreneurial mindset or entrepreneurial thinking. And we will compare this and explore the differences on the next slides. First one, managerial thinking. Managerial thinking is about executing an existing business model when you work in some ready business model and manage it, execute it. In this case, we use predictive thinking. If I can predict the future, I can control it. So if you're a good manager, you see your aims, you predict some circumstances, and then you have to manage in the way to control the processes. On the image, it looks like this. You see, in a business model that somebody have created for you, and somebody means, you see, entrepreneur. The manager, he sees his predetermined goal, and he has to choose one of the paths to reach this goal. And the idea is that you just drive in a certain way to a certain goal. For example, if you're a sales manager, you choose how to get some sales. If you're, for example, advertising or financial manager, you choose how to get some goal, for example, find some investments or get some credit for your enterprise, but you work in a predetermined environment that somebody created for you. This is about managers. About entrepreneurial mindset. The ideas, entrepreneurial mindset discovers a new business model, and create environment for managers. It develops new methods, innovations, and technologies. And entrepreneurs, they think in this way: if I can drive the direction of future, I don't need to predict it, because entrepreneur, he doesn't know when he creates, for example, a startup or some other kind of company, he just drives in some way. And then, you know, the startups methodologies, he makes some pivots, and he doesn't know where he will appear in some time. On the image, we can describe this entrepreneurial thinking in this way. You see, we doesn't know our goals. Please compare it with managers' picture. we don't know which path will work, which not work, which will start to work, and then we have to make some pivots because of some unknown circumstances. This is entrepreneurial thinking. When we use entrepreneurial mindsets, usually in these cases, uncertain goals or direction, we don't know where to move. We just have some vision what we want to get in this world. Next, unclear information. Next, data that conflicts, and unknowable uncertainties. Usually in this way, entrepreneurial mindset works better than managerial mindset. But in this point, I want to tell that, for example, some people, they are better managers than entrepreneurs. Others are better entrepreneurs than managers. And somebody can combine. And yesterday, I remind, we discussed, have this record, we discussed this point that a person may have two careers. One career, for example, in my case, coming back to introduction, in my case, in university, I'm a manager, I'm an associate professor, and I'm working in already business model that was created by the university and its founders. And at the same way, in my business, I'm a founder and I entrepreneur and I create business models. So during one day, I have to combine some work with as a manager and some as entrepreneur, and do not conflict it. By the way, after my presentation, I will leave this presentation, and I combined two yesterday and today. So there will be 15 slides about yesterday habit presentation, and entrepreneurial this mindset will be as well. So one link to presentation I will leave in the chat for all of you. Next one, very important, entrepreneurial mindset principles. There are 7 principles, and we will discuss them at next slides, every of them. So what is this? Start where you are. Next, take acceptable risk. Your network is your net worth. Intentionally drive success. Failure is the only option. Happy an opportunity and giving back. Let's look in details. What does it mean? Start where you are. Successful entrepreneurs, they work with the resources and materials they have. They don't waste time, wait until there will be ideal moment for with money, resources, time, etc. They just work with the reality they have. And the questions that young entrepreneurs may ask themselves is, what do I know? What do I already have that help me to start? What resources do I have? And what skills do I already have? Consider about it, and if you plan to start some business, for example, after university, consider which contacts you have, which social capital, which you have resources from your friends, your parents, your university, and so on. Next one, take acceptable risk. What does it mean? Limit the downside by risking only what you are willing to lose. Calculate your possible losses and don't jeopardize your family, lifestyle, reputation, financial stability. So just make some calculations and understand what you can lose. Avoid all or nothing gambles. Do not risk too much. And place small incremental bets on your business and your projects. Questions: how might I limit my risks? And what I'm not willing to lose in terms of family, lifestyle, health, and so on. Next one. Your network is your net worth. Very important, and I usually stop on this with my students when I teach them. First, identify stakeholders of your projects and your business. Maybe you have already some friends or contacts that can be useful for you, and you can work in this win-win paradigm. Next, build partnerships. Obtain early commitments to reduce uncertainties. Speak in terms of others' people interests. Win-win paradigm. Ask for advice before asking for money. By the way, this last one point never failed for me. I'm usually say that in business, for example, if you want money, ask for a piece of advice. If you want a piece of advice, ask for money. It usually works, believe me. And questions to ask: how I can create a team of supporters? How might others benefit from this project or opportunity? And who might be some non-traditional partners? Maybe you don't even think about them. So the common point is your network is your net worth. And while you are studying university, you create your social capital that you will invest in yourself. So before 25 years old, while your brain is growing, just collect these very precious contacts. Because some students that are sitting near you maybe will become a great bosses, and they will have great resource, and you even don't understand it now, but in 10 or 20 years in this perspective you will understand that it is very important capital for you, many more important than money, because then they will become your old friends and maybe partners. So think about even non-traditional partners. Next, intentionally driven success for entrepreneurs. This means focus on customer, clients, funders, or members. Think about them. This is not so important for manager, but it is very important for entrepreneur because he have to combine resources. Next, determine the unique values that your venture brings. So deeply understand your uniqueness of your business, because you have to show it in your pitch, in your presentations for your customers, for investors, everybody. You have some unique proposal, and you have to understand it, think about it. Next, focus on selling and developing the income streams, because good model without incomes, without finance will not work too much and too long. And drive the success and don't wait for it. Be proactive. So move to success. Because on some managerial, for example, positions, you can manage, for example, procurements. Then you work in, don't think maybe about the market, you just think about the process of procurement. But for manager, for entrepreneur, he have to drive all his team. For example, in my office now, I'm usually, when we have set up some processes, I usually work as a guy that makes a good mood for people, because, you know, we have a war in Ukraine, and now my main function is even not profits. I have manager to make profits. I have to support my people because all of them have some circumstances, some left their hometowns, some left the country, and to make them work, I have just to support them mentally. So I have to drive in this way now, in this point. Other time I will have to drive maybe with some innovation process, with some science and other points of my company. And questions to ask: what I'm offering that is unique all over the world, because now we compete with all the world usually. What is my competitive advantage? And in terms of some business models, for example, lean business model, it may be even unfair competitive advantage. Maybe we have some license, some patents, some knowledge that others don't have. And how I'm going to drive this towards success? How to, from this uniqueness and advantages, to get success in your understanding of success. Next one, failure is the only option. Test ideas by taking acceptable loss. Brace for unexpected events and changes. Make lemonade from lemons. And understand that entrepreneurial discovery is a journey, and create learning events to test ideas. The main point is that any entrepreneur cannot avoid failures. And some of them say that the more failures, then it's better. Maybe yes, maybe no. But if you take these rules and implement them, then you can understand that your entrepreneurship is a kind of a journey. You become better, you change the world around you. Maybe you have a great idea that will change not only your city or your country, it may change all the world. And it's a great journey with some losses, with some wins, and so on. It goes. So do not focus on some problem that can stop you. Just pass it, make some more understanding, and upgrade yourself and move forward. So failure is the only option. This is how I formulate it. And questions to ask. How may I cheaply test my idea? Do not make many losses. How can I pivot if I hit an obstacle? Pivots, you get, somebody says your product is not pretty good, it needs something to add. You make pivot, you add something in your product or business model, some new features, and then you move forward. So test cheaply these ideas, make pivots, move forward. And how I pick myself up if I get down. Sometimes it's very hard mentally, but it is a kind of training and it is a kind of journey. You could remember it and move forward. Next one, happy an opportunity. It's a kind of philosophical moment. And in this moment, I want to come back to my American friend, Joe Kapp, which is a mentor in business. And he studied me this. And the idea is that, you can calculate risks. And in university, your professors, they teach you how to calculate risks mathematically and to describe them. But at the same moment, there are some risks that you even not expected, not in points that you not calculated. Maybe you have a great effect, good effect for you that you have not expected. You calculated that you will grow 10% a year, but then you come to some exhibition or some conference and you meet some investors or great partners and you start to grow dramatically up. And it's great for you, and you not have expected. This means happy an opportunity. What it in details? In every crisis, there is an opportunity, and it's not possible to know every opportunity. Calculate it. You don't know what you don't know, and opportunities arise in unexpected places. And questions to ask: how can you spot opportunities? You can teach yourself, if you want to be an entrepreneur, to spot opportunities. You know this, for example, elevator pitch, this moment when some guys with ideas, they jumped into these elevators and till it goes, they describe to investors their ideas and moments. You can be ready. Believe me, I had such moments of this elevator pitch even in my practice when I was going with investors, and I'm happy that I was ready to show all my ideas in a very short time. So be ready to spot opportunities. And is there a recent event that might have created a new and unanticipated opportunities? Consider, even today, seminar is great for thinking and to improve yourself. And the last seventh moment about entrepreneurial mindset is entrepreneurs give back. Imagine that you are already created a great business, maybe an international business, and you have lots of money. Research says that to not be worried about money, overall the world average, a person needs about $5,500. It's in some countries more, in some less. But after this point of income, a person considering is more about not money factors. A person consider about society, about family, about health, and so on. Because all the social needs, they are satisfied. And in this moment, you should think about what you give back to society. And idea is that give back and volunteer more than peers of a similar economic circumstances. Volunteer. Self-identify more often as a philanthropist and rate charitable giving as a very important. It's really very important. See a link between volunteer activity and professional success. Place more emphasis on being personally involved in giving, deciding how funds are used, and ability to demonstrate leadership through volunteering. And this is about rise of venture philanthropists. So think what you can give to society around you when you will be successful. Because otherwise you maybe not feel yourself successful only because you do some business and make some money. And questions to ask. I will reply after now I'm finishing. Once my business is successful, what ways I give back? How I can bring giving back into my business and venture today? And why apply entrepreneur principles in your life? It's like a good habit, by the way. Entrepreneur principles is a good habit that you can use time to time, even if you don't want to create a company. First, react more quickly to market forces. It helps. Focus on higher benefiting activities, increase agility, decrease time and costs, and create a proof of concepts, then scale, as you usually do in a startup paradigm. And the last slide, here you can see my contacts, my Brialaitnik in LinkedIn, and some resources. I have told you about my friend Joe and his National Center for Resource Development in the US, and I have put this in my presentation. And as a conclusion, the mindset shift, you see, managerial thinking, entrepreneurial thinking. And if managerial thinking is to predict the future, then entrepreneurial thinking is experimentation. If managerial thinking is planning the past, then entrepreneurial means action and adaptation. And if managerial thinking is finding the answer, then entrepreneur is evolving and learning. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm open for questions.
Yeah, thank you so much for Mr. Andri. Yeah, for the question, we will start after our presenter already presentation. It's okay?
After all presentation or after each one?
All presentation.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and then we will go to the next speaker, Mr. Konstantin Zatko from University of Custom and Finance, Ukraine. Yeah, for Dr. Konstantin, the time is yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my colleagues, my friends. My presentation that continues my colleagues. The power of an entrepreneurial mindset. I am Konstantin Zatko, Education and Sciences. With my assistant Adelina Shevchenko. I am consultant and teacher on the implementation of information management systems of the private enterprise participated and etc. Course title, The Power of an Entrepreneurial Mindset. Objectives: provide knowledge, skills, and methods that increase people's entrepreneurship, teaching, competence, and support people's entrepreneurial mindset by different types of activities. Learning outcomes, understand entrepreneurship process, build up knowledge in entrepreneurship competencies, acquire methods and learning activities that foster entrepreneurial initiatives, people, know entrepreneur and startup terms and concept. Substantive overview, definition of entrepreneurship as a process is discussed and entrepreneurial competencies defined. General guidelines of idea validation and group test reflection are given. Also, the topics are to encourage people to see opportunities for business, define problem, and validate ideas are discussed. The concept of design since and our apply it in practice. Facilitators guide group to use the concept of design thinkers and various techniques to identify the problem and the potential user needs. Our how to deliver an effective speech and or an elevator pitch. Essential knowledge and practical exercises to improve pitching skills. Now let's move on to the presentation. The rules of entrepreneurial thinking are as follows. First, if you have an idea, overcome your fear. Go out and share it. Second, work as a team and create and roadmap timeline. Third, talk to your potential customers, users, and learn to listen to them. 4, talk to experts and mentors, listen to them, but make decisions on your own. 5, search for product market fit and be ready to change your action plan. Challenges for the entrepreneurial activities. Uncertainty, teamwork and commitment, roles, goals, assumption, and communication. Notably, focus on what you can do and start with small steps every day. This presentation it shows business model generation Osterwalder. A business model describes the rationale of an organization creates, delivers, and captures value for the client. Canva Osterwalder. It includes activities, propositions, relationships, customs, revenue, channels, key resource, costs, key partners. Second, Canva, 4 sectors, goals, roles, and skills, value and principles, rules and activities, and main missions for idea entrepreneurial. This is a possible variant of idea development. Is your business idea more realistic or ambitious? Vertical progress and horizontal progress. Copying or doing new things. Who is the target group? B2B, for example, business to business. B2C, for example, business to custom, and custom or end user. And the SWOT analysis for the factors, the entrepreneurial activities. Only when idea is put into words that people can clearly understand an idea inspires action. Source Simon Sinek. Literature on the entrepreneurial mindset. 1. Entrepreneurial Mindset by Rita Günther is a book that talks about succeeding in an unpredictable world. It will help everyone from independent entrepreneurs to manage of large corporations develop insights that other overlook and unlock the value of innovations. Second, The Power of the Entrepreneurial Mindset by Paulo Coelho. This book is the definitive guide to the practical use of the entrepreneurial mindset. Thanks you. Please write for email cafedrep@gmail.com. And for example, presentation, my idea, transformation and startup entrepreneur. Career Guidance Center, Way to the Future. Who we are. Our company helps adults in choosing a dream profession and finding tools for career development, taking into account the fact that each person is unique needs and favorite job, freedom for creativity, professional development, and income. What is the problem? More than 40% would like to change their professional activity in Ukraine. 23% of respondents cannot answer what they would like to do. When is career guidance for adults needed? If you want to keep with the labor market and be modern. If you want to be independent and stable in the dynamic labor market. If you are on the way choosing a new profession. If you feel unfulfilled. Our advantages. 1. Interactive training format. 2. Unique practice format. 3. Open communication format. 4. Personal consultations. Competitors. Career guidance centers, career consultants, career guidance consuls, career choice courses. How much? Free trial lesson, free marathons, paid individual consultations, group work, paid online course for career development, paid course with curator support, simulation games. Profit model. Basic. $100, advanced $200, personal $300. Roadmap October 2022 and finish January 2023. Team Hanna Mitrofanova SEO, Alina Proshadikina SEO, Olga Yevtushenko Certificate Career Consulting, Irina Miro Employer Career Management, Konstantin Zhitko Career Consultant. Thanks for attention. Please question.
Okay, thank you so much for the Dr. Kostianti. And then we will go to the next speaker, Dr. Adam Sukri bin Ali from University Polytechnic Technology Malaysia. For Dr. Adam, the time is yours. Thank you.
Happy to sign, Matthew.
We also can answer for your question to our Gmail. We will write to chat.
Yeah, thank you for the question. We'll start after our presenter already presentation, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I think we have learned a lot from this previous presenter. So today I would like to switch a little bit on the entrepreneurial mindset, but I will talk a little bit about the how is the entrepreneurship being viewed in the digital era. So before that, for a start, I would like to just have a brief introduction on the terms that we usually come across when it comes to entrepreneurship. Okay, so the first one is the entrepreneur, which is a person who set up a business for profit. And we have another one, which is a digital entrepreneur, which is using a digital platform, okay, to promote their business. And because of this past event of this COVID-19, there is a mass of adoption of the digital economy where there is a lot of business or even small business who ventured into the digital economy, where during the pandemic, when no one was allowed to go out, and also there are some sorts of restriction, and there they see is as an opportunity to go digital, just to make sure that the business is running as normal. So we will look at how the ICT will promote the entrepreneurial activity. According to the Asian Development Bank report, the way ICT and digitalization has changed the way we do business by using mainly technology. Okay, for example, now you don't have to go to the office anymore, where you can have a flexible work arrangement where you can work from home, and also you will have remote healthcare and education, where we use the internet to connect and also to assess our health. This is evident during the pandemic, when the healthcare system are being overloaded. Okay, and also we share information, and also if you use the ICT and digitalization, also you can access to large market. Okay, instead of you sell your product locally, with ICT you can have more reach to sell your product internationally. Okay, one of the most important thing in doing a business is the customer and supplier relationship. One of the things is you need to make sure that both are being considered as the main actors in your business, and also you need to give special attention to these two actors. So it is important for business entity to make sure that they fulfill the supplier obligation, and also fulfilling the customer obligation, so that because we can see it as working in the both way. If you look at the picture that I have posted in the slides, you will have the suppliers and you will have the consumer. If you take one out, or you give I say very minimal attention to either one of the actors, you might not be able to deliver services or to pursue your goal as a business. Okay, talking about business or entrepreneurial mindset, it is important to know that you as an entrepreneur, you need to build your business capacity. Okay, meaning that how you would like to start, what you would like to sell, what would you like to manufacture, what you would like to package, what service do you like to offer. All these need to come into building your capability to offer the service or products. So one of the important things is to look at the Sancone model. Okay, this model is by Firdaus and Meyer, was introduced in 1990s. They say that in order for you to start up your business or any types of operation, it is important for you to focus on quality, meaning that everything that you do, you must look at the quality perspective. So the quality doesn't only covers the quality of product that you wanted to sell. It must also cover the quality that you wanted. The quality of the staff, services, and the environment of your organization. Meaning that everything must be in a quality environment, okay, and then it will translate to quality product. And then as you improve your quality, you will also be able to improve your dependability. Dependability meaning that the ability of you to fulfill your customer order. It is important for you to offer what you have promised to your customer. Okay, for example, if you go to McDonald's, they have a KPI of giving out the product about 7 minutes once you place the order. Okay, so if you take more than 7 minutes to have your order, for example, you are not truly dependable. Okay, so if you say that you will deliver in 1 day, that means you need to deliver in 1 day. Okay, that is what we call dependability. This can only be achieved once you have built a solid foundation of having quality product and services. And the next one is when you can improve on the speed of your delivery. Okay, once you have the capability to deliver on your promise, you can also improve yourself to be able to deliver the product as quickly as you can. Because you know now with the online system and online transaction that we are that we have been doing all these years. What we want is, of course, we wanted the product to be delivered as quickly as we can. So if we can deliver as quickly as we can, and also with the quality that we would like to offer, and we can have more orders to come, and also if we are reliable. So the last one is to have focus on costs. Okay, so the Sencon model tell us is what the Sencon model tell us is, in order for us to reduce the cost, we need to build up our quality capacity first, and then we build up the capability to, once the quality is there, then you can be dependable, meaning that you can make your promises, and then you can increase your delivery speed, and at the end, the ultimate goal is to reduce costs. Once you have the product quality, the cost is not an issue anymore. Okay, because there is a lot of customers who will look at the cost in a different perspective as value. Okay, so you improve on your quality, you build up on your quality, and then you will go towards lowering down your operation or your product cost. Okay, and then we will move into how do we would like to look at our operation. Okay, so if you look at the graph that I showed to you, there is four boxes that is representing the way you look at the organization. Okay, so once you are building your organization, when you have first starting up your organization, the first thing that you will do is you will correct the worst problems. Once you have done that, you are likely to adopt best practice as practice that how others are doing. You will adopt on how other company is practicing in the same, in the same process. And then when you move up further, okay, you will link the strategy with the operation, where you are considered one of the best in the industry. And towards the end, you can be what we call industry benchmark, where everybody else will see you as a company that is setting an example. Okay, so when you start, you will start by correcting everyday problems before you can move up and become in other words, what they call a world-class organization. Okay, it is important for you to have the mindset of having a progress or towards achieving a progress. If you are leading an organization, it's just to make sure that it will not descend, or it will not getting much worse, or in a more worst case, we might close your organization. Okay, so as an end to my presentation, the main point of entrepreneurial mindset that you need to have is, first, you need to be frugal, meaning that you need to think more than once when you want to make a decision that involve your business. Okay, the second one is to always learn and then improve, even if it's an minimal improvement. You need to improve every day. And the second one is for you to embrace the technology, Okay, meaning that you must be open to accept changes or a new way of doing things, or even a new technology that might help you. Okay, because when it comes to technology, if we are late of adapting, then we might have a problem in catching up with our peers. Okay, the next one is to build your network, and always remember to focus on delivering quality towards your customers. That is all from me, and thank you very much for your attention, and thank you for having me to speak at your webinar today.
Okay, thank you so much for the Dr. Adam. Yeah, we will go to the next session for our audience. If you have any question from the speaker, please add them in the chat, or you can raise your hand. Okay, for first question, we have Mr. Sam. Yeah, for Mr. Sam, the time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. And thank you for giving me a chance to ask directly. Yeah. And now I want to ask because I have some questions to all the speakers. And the first question is, the first question. I have a question for Mr. Andrew. Two questions. Yeah. The first question: why should an entrepreneur have the ability to think about change and think creatively? And the second question: what mindset does an entrepreneur have that differentiates him from a non-consumptive entrepreneur? That's all the question for Mr. Andrew. Thank you so much.
But yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you can answer it, Mr.
Yes, one moment, Doug. Yeah, I see two questions. Why should entrepreneur have ability to think? And what mindset? You mean these questions, right?
Yeah. So.
Okay. Why should entrepreneur have ability to think about change and think creative? I think it's obvious because entrepreneur, in my opinion, entrepreneur, he creates a business model. If he creates a business model, his business model should be flexible and have ability to compete. And that's why if a manager, he thinks mostly about his process in this time, then entrepreneur, he have to think about future, about possible changes, and he should be creative to make a business model more vital and more competitive. This is first question. And what about mindset does an entrepreneur, what mindset does entrepreneur have that differentiates from non-consumptive? Here I think it should be more, this question, it should be more, how to consider about it, what mindset doesn't have from non-consumptive. I don't pretty well understand what does it mean non-consumptive entrepreneur. These are types of entrepreneurs. One moment. You mean non-consumptive entrepreneur or manager? I will consider how to think about it. One moment. What does it mean non-consumptive entrepreneur? We are talking about, in my definition, we are talking about all entrepreneurs. I don't divide them into consumptive, non-consumptive entrepreneurs. So if it is able for you, please make it more clear for me, and I will be quiet.
Okay. Is there enough or you have more explanation, sir?
Yes, yes, please, please. What do you mean not consumptive entrepreneur?
Yeah. I mean, like, what is it? Entrepreneur which, what is it? Yeah. Like, cannot, hemat tuh apa sih? I mean, which be a better entrepreneur, which is not consumptive, which is more like have an able to buy everything, get finance like that. So how to control the ego to be more be better, and yeah, like that, to have a better life like that, to be a better entrepreneur. Yeah.
I see. No, in this moment, if you say if you're talking about successful entrepreneur and, for example, supplement entrepreneur, I think the seventh point you should see my seventh point in my presentation, which is about social feedback. I think if entrepreneur thinks about social feedback, it not only makes him more successful in society, because success is more a society teacher. And the second moment, the social feedback gives him more ideas how to make, for example, new businesses. And this mindset about be successful in society, make some social feedback and investments, it helps to be more effective than non-consumptive, maybe, as I understand your question. So this is it.
Okay. Yes, completely understand, sir. I got it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Thank you so
your
much
question.
for, yeah, thank you so much for your answer, Mr. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
now, yes, I have a question for Mrs. Konstantin, and this is the questions. The first questions: how to think like what so that business opportunities appear to us? And the second question: what mindset do we need to hold as novice entrepreneurs so that our business can run smoothly? That's all the questions for Ms. Konstantin. Thank you so much.
How to think like what we know.
1 minute.
What's the business opportunities appear to us? Think like what the business opportunities appear. Типа как понять, что возможности в бизнесе появились. Так, что скажем?
Do you understand my questions, sir?
Так, okay. It's okay.
Okay.
So you can identify that business opportunities appear to us when you particularly understand that you have an income. So you have clients, you have customers that not only consume your product, but they also bring you the income.
Okay.
So it's a really opportunity for business.
Understand or no? Or no?
Yes, understand. Thank you. And continue, please. The second question. The second question, sir.
Minute.
Okay. Mindset. Details question. Novice entrepreneurs. Please details. What novice entrepreneurs so that our business can run smoothly. Okay.
I can say that you need to start with the little steps. So
Little sale, little money. Okay.
Oh,
Little sale, little money.
yes.
Every steps.
to increase from every step.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. Understand. Is it enough or still you want to explain more, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much for your answers, Mr. Konstantin. Yeah, and now I have a last question for the speaker from Indonesia, and this is the last question. What efforts are made to grow a creative and innovative mindset in a person? That's my question for speakers from Indonesia. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Sam. I will answer the question for Sam. Basically, increasing business motivation can be done by never giving up and not being discouraged. However, nice business people sometimes easily give up halfway. The implementation to innovation, by implementation to implementation, very small, the right goal can be complied in steps. Okay.
Okay, is it enough or you have more explanation, Miss?
Yes. No?
Enough, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss,
Yes,
for
thank
your
you,
answer.
Sam.
Yeah. And thank you for all the speakers for your answer. I really appreciate it. And once again, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Sam. And before I see Miss Fusani Mafungo present, maybe from Miss Fusani, you will have some question from the speaker. Or no, is it okay? You can take your time. Thank you, Miss Fusani.
Thank you so much. So I just have one question from for Dr. Adam and Miss Afto.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the question that I have is what ways does the entrepreneurship mindset promote a proactive and forward-thinking approach to problem solving, and how does it inspire individuals to think creatively, embracing change, and continually seeking new opportunities for growth and development? But also from my personal I just wanted also to hear this from Andrew as well, because I know from yesterday he spoke about his business and how they will damage his property, and how did he overcome that? How did his mindset as an entrepreneur help him with that problem solving? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for Miss Fusani. This question for Dr. Adam and Dr. Aftuko. Maybe for Dr. Adam, you will answering first. Is it okay? Or Dr. Aftuko? Is Aftuko?
I believe that as an entrepreneur, what you need to do is you need to build up your capacity, and also build up your knowledge through quality improvement initiative. Okay, for example, if you are selling a product or rendering a service, what you need to do is you need to always look for areas that you can improve. It's either improving the experience of you delivering or delivering the service or making the product, or you always can improve the experience of the customers of doing the business with you. And if you keep improving every day, towards the end, you may discover what things that you can do better, or you will discover what things that you are really good at. And I think towards the end you can be somehow maybe a leader or a benchmark that is being looked after by others. Okay, this is from me. Thank you.
Thank you for Dr. Adam. Maybe from Miss Afsuha. Is it okay?
Yes, thank you, sir. As an entrepreneur, you don't see problem of difficulty, but as opportunity. When your business can solve the problem, it will become a big problem. Find a problem that exists in the party markets, then find out what product or service is right to solve the problem. How does inspiration in individual to think critically, embrace change, and continue see possible of our growth and development is adaptable. How an entrepreneur mindset embrace change, talk that's always taught in management school. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for Miss Aftuha. Okay, and then we will go to the we still have 4 question again. This is for Dr. Adam from Mr. Eddie Abdullah. For first question, What is the strategy to become an entrepreneur leader? And what is the mindset of an entrepreneur leader in leadership? This question for Dr. Adam. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the question. Um, I believe that one of the things that you need to believe is you need to make sure that you can never easily give up, and also always look for opportunity for improvement. Because it's because being an entrepreneur is you will learn throughout the duration that you start your business journey. So it might be different experience for different people. So the basic thing that you need to do is you need to have some sorts of grit and determination, and also keep an eye for an improvement that you can do. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then this question for Ms. Aftuho. First, explain what is meant by a solution-oriented entrepreneurial mindset. This question from Ms. Sukamto. Thank you. Your voice still mute.
Yes. Okay, thank you. And an entrepreneur mindset is resilient, resourceful, and solution-oriented, even when the conditions side otherwise. People with this mindset are lifelong knowledge seekers who are coursing and creative and their critical thinking. Entrepreneurial mindset understand that pursuing and following thought and something can lead to enforce opportunity. Yes.
Okay, thank you for answering. And then we have two questions again. This question for Dr. Adam again. Currently, the biggest change in a civilization progress is very dependent on entrepreneurial ability. What effort must be made as a leader, especially if, for example, we work in a government bureaucracy? Thank you.
Okay, so the question is regarding the government bureaucracy. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's when we deal with government organization, there is always some kind of paperwork that we need to look at, and also things that we need to understand. Of course, if you are trying to open a business anywhere in the world, you are required to do some kind of have some kind of permission with the local government. So my advice is for you to if dealing with this government bureaucracy, is for you first to understand the correct government agencies that you should deal with. And the other one is to always ask around on people who have experience before, or you can ask around on other agencies that might offer you help, or others which always can help. Okay, for example, a local council, local entrepreneurs. Okay, I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Dr. Adam. And then the next question for Ms. Aftuho. How to make the art of persuasion work in a reciprocal relationship? This question from Mr. Dio Sukamto.
Thank you. Reciprocate because Richard has on the reciprocity rules can be very effective in business. The basic of the rule in Thai language is that when a person does you offer, you must provide for in return. Try to make your perceive by giving something to the person you're trying to pursue. You might just close the deal or make the sale. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then we have a question again for Mr. Kostianti Zatko. What are some real-world examples of individuals who have harnessed the power of the entrepreneurial mindset to revolution industry, solve pressing global challenge, and create positive society change, and what lesson can we learn from their experience? Thank you. This question from Miss Febriana. Thank you.
One moment.
Yes.
Jack Ma, Steve Jobs, and etc.
И какие уроки мы можем зачерпнуть из их
Много работать.
They show us that we need to work on our own mindset, to develop our mindset, and to take some skills from somebody's skills.
Study and study.
Okay, thank you for answering, Mr. Kostianti. And then we have the question from Mr. Burhan. Yeah, for Mr. Burhan, the time is yours. Thank you.
Okay, the question for Mr. Andri. What the biggest challenge become entrepreneur, especially after COVID? Hello, Mr. Andre.
Yes, after COVID, great question. I think the main one is the flexibility, because COVID gives not only problems, it gives some possibilities to solve the problems, and there's possibilities for entrepreneurs and the new business model. You see that in COVID times, for example, in the world, lots of investments, say from the USA, for such branches as delivery, such branches as this conferencing solutions, remote work, and so on. And in this investments, they lead to new products, they lead to new companies. And this changed the world pretty well. This is a game changer. This is new opportunities. And this one, those entrepreneurs who are flexible, they are more successful. Less flexible, not so successful. So COVID brings us new opportunities. Even COVID is very bad, of course, but from the point of view of business, it makes some changes, new environment, and this brings new opportunities. And this one, I think, the most important for entrepreneur to be flexible in this way and to change it. In COVID times, for example, just example of my company, that in COVID times, we were working pretty much in ed tech, making some solutions for digital education, inclusive education. And after COVID times, we focused on medtech, because we're trying to automate and digitize the work of hospitals and rehabilitation clinics. So COVID brings us new opportunities as well, because we are flexible. This is it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you so much for our speaker for the answering. I think it's very great answer and very useful knowledge. Okay, before I close this event, let us take a photo together. So everyone, please open your camera. Ya, bagi para peserta bisa dinyalakan terlebih dahulu untuk kameranya. Okay, let's take a picture. I will take a picture on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your keen cooperation. Yeah, before I close this event, we will already put link attendance for participant. Can fill this link to get the certificate of this webinar session today. Okay, finally, we come to the end of the webinar today. We would like to say thanks again to all speakers for the wonderful information. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our audience. And I hope we can meet again at another event in the future. Also, I would like to thanks for all participants for attending this webinar and making this event more interesting. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future with the University Polytechnic Malaysia, Petro Molhila Blaksi National University, and University of Penda, South Africa, and University of Custom and Finance, Ukraine. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future with all of you. The webinar for today and here, we hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day for everyone. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, have a nice day. Goodbye.